Okay, and I am not as ready as I thought I was, but here we go. And that should be better. Libra, we are on to you, and this is for the month of May 2025. Something is stuck in the box. You know what? We're going to start this off with the 2 cards that are stuck in the box, right? Because why not? A wish being granted, but somehow it's going to take opportunity away from you. It could be an opportunity to be screwed over, however. It feels like this was a bad financial investment, a bad financial something that you had an opportunity to take part in, and you're going to find out how deep this went. Even though you may think that something with the universe is just holding you back and keeping you from being able to take part in these opportunities that seem to keep coming your way, and it just never works out to where you can take advantage of them. It is to your benefit, Libra. I do feel like this is outside of your normal reading for May, however, so as usual, calamity is the name of the game, and that's not going to be a part of the rest of your reading. It doesn't feel like it's necessary. For this reading this month, I'm trying to get something a little bit more cohesive going, and so you guys know what to expect from the monthly readings, and hopefully that'll gain some more views to them, because I'm not really happy with how many views I've been getting on them. So we are going to do 8 cards, and then there will be 1 card in addition to that I draw that's going to cover the entirety of, or it's the same energy that's going to touch every area of your life this month. It is nice, it is rainy, it is cold, it is damp, and it feels great, and it's a nice relief from the heat of the week. And now I've got the hiccups. You almost had some fire come out there, but I don't think that's it. Alright, there we go. Libra, we've got so far 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and that card has been showing up a lot for everybody on the dailies and on the other reads that I do. So, I'm trying to do something with this glare, but it's always fun whenever you're the first read of the day, isn't it? It's not helping. You'd think that I would have all this set up beforehand, but it just never works out that way, so. While I get this set up, I'm still going to do your read, because that just seems to be how things are going to go today. As the world falls apart, Libra, you are going to do exactly what it is that you need to do. And that's going to be setting up and preparing things for what needs to be done. Which I really think is that's reinforced by this 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You're doing work, but it's work for you. It's work to make things easier on you right now. And know that there's never going to be an end to setting up and making things easier. Regardless of how much time and energy you spend on it, you could go to just cleaning the house to buying $1,000 in organizational little caddies and crap that you really don't even need. And Libra is associated a lot with aesthetic and with how things look and how they appear to be, so you may find yourself getting dragged into that kind of a thing, where it's like, well, it would look so much better if I just had something to put this in. Then you start looking for the perfect thing, and it goes from organization to being procrastination. And it could just be that you're procrastinating because there's something that you know you need to do, but you don't want to. And I don't blame you. I really don't. And it looks like that's going to be a little bit better. But one day I'll get a better light, guys, I promise. And I think the Death card in reverse is just reiterating the whole resistance to change, the procrastination. There isn't a beginning that you need to start. And it feels like you already have everything packaged up to do this. However, this seems like you keep picking things up, picking up objects and people that, well, I need to do this before I move. Well, I need to talk to them before I move. I need to do this and that before I move, and I think you're going to be better off sticking to a list, write down a list, and stick to it instead of trying to keep everything on your mental whiteboard. With the Page of Wands being right there, there's something in the past you still find is necessary, that you want to feed energy into. Like, you're trying to use that as like a... He's kind of using this wand as a sighting stick. And it's one of those things that you would use to help focus your eyesight on a distant object or sight lines, and plotting directions and roads and things like that. And it was an actual tool. So you may be trying to take your practical tools from right now and use them to figure out where something is, because you want to feed into it. However, it's not going to help you move forward. Even the Fool is facing the past. Often enough, the Knights will come up and they are facing to the left. And I think it's the Knight of Wands and the Knight of... I could have this wrong though too. So, but anytime I see a Knight facing the past and it is the Knight of Wands and it's the Knight of Air, the Knight of Swords, it's I'm gonna go fix something. I'm going to go fuck some shit up. I'm going to do something that I don't need to do because I am distracting myself from my current responsibility and the fact that I don't want to deal with the consequences of my current responsibility. The Fool is doing this and putting themselves in a position of naivete. They're trying very, very hard to act uninformed, uneducated. But they got the uniform. They got the boots. They got the hockey boots. They knew what they were going to set out on. And it's a very uninformed, unskilled lie to say that you don't know what you're doing, because you do. It does say blind faith on the card, but I don't think that's what you're doing right now, Libra. I think it's more along the lines of you're going into something with this energy of this naive energy, because it's like, wow, this is a new beginning, this is exciting, this is adventurous, and it could just be because you don't want to look at the consequences. You could even be afraid that this new beginning, this new start that you have, is going to burn. It's going to burn a few bridges. It's going to separate you from some opportunities that you were looking forward to in the past. However, even though you don't want to take advantage of them right now, there's a part of you that thinks that, well, I'll be able to come back to that. I'll be able to do this at some point. It's just, if you start this new thing, you won't be able to. Or at least you feel that way. Yeah, and with the Devil and the Seven of Pentacles coming out underneath the Eight of Pentacles and Death in reverse, You could be addicted to procrastination. You could be addicted to these cycles that you're in right now, and you know you're at the end. But because you're at the end of this, you know what to expect from your environment. You know what to expect from what you do every day, and you've been trying to look towards something that's a long-term investment, but your long-term investments that you've been fitting into have not been sustaining. They haven't been something you can leave alone. And I think it's because of a lack of planning. Now, generally these aren't lack of planning cards, or is this just a change in you focusing on self-development but having no motivation? It might as well be lack of planning right there. It almost feels like this is as impossible as trying to work on your credit score. Like, well, you've done all the things and it's like you've gotten 5 points. You haven't done anything wrong, but you've only gotten 5 points. And yeah, it seems like you're just in a frustrated spot. And even though you have the Queen of Cups here in the upright, you're feeding into something and nurturing something, but you're also trying to see where the boundary lies. You're doing your best to stay emotionally stable and follow your intuition, but your intuition has so far been leading you to investments that don't last. Band-aids over wounds that don't even really need them. I'm going to go ahead and draw your last card. This is the we're 12 minutes in. I've been trying to get these up in time, so we're going to see what this is. I'm going to start putting out 72-hour timeless readings on Thursday, so if you guys want to tune into those will be available here soon. I'm still doing the dailies, and I am going to start doing the weeklies again, so be on the lookout for those. But we've got the Page of Swords. So it seems like there's a lot of energy and a lot of communication that's touching every area that you're living this month. And if you have a new idea, move on it. But make sure that new idea isn't just an old idea repackaged to look like it's something new when it's not. You're trying to get out of a cycle where what you invest in doesn't just sit there and do nothing, where it actually earns interest, not just monetarily, but for you in the long term, so that you can keep investing in it. Like, oh, well, that hasn't made that much money, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull that out. And you're actually making less money off of it that way because you have to pay the fines and the fees and everything for cashing it out. And then taxes, because taxes are fun. Start looking at why it is that those supposed long-term investments aren't staying long-term. That could give you a big clue as to why it is that you can't seem to hold on to anything for like more than 3 to 6 months, because that's what normally people have an issue with. And I don't think that the devil is anything negative, but it's most likely a part of you that's saying, like, you know what you're doing. You know where the money is going. You know what it is that you're doing, and you're doing it anyway. And this isn't the devil that's tempting you. It's not the devil that's trying to keep you stuck in this position. I see devils and demons as like, you know what you're doing, and I'm just a mirror for you to see what you're doing. You're taking it as temptation, as desire, as something negative, but this is what you're seeing it as yourself. You're admitting to it being something that's negative, and Whenever it's somebody else or it's something else, you can see it for what it is. But whenever it's you, it's like, oh, it's something I use to get through my day. It's something that I use because it's a part of my life. So I need to keep feeding into that, and I need to keep that in my life, keep that as part of my routine. This could be a structural change to your routine. Notice that the people in the devil card are not chained to the devil. Devil's just kind of there, almost officiating. As above, so below. As in front of you, so behind you. Because often enough we are, even though some things may be negative for us, we may be drawn to the same things over and over again because we put a different costume on it. These people aren't chained to the devil, they're chained to each other. But guys, that is where I'm going to leave your reading for the month. Please check back for your dailies, monthlies, or your dailies, weeklies, and the 72-hour readings I'm going to be putting out on Thursdays. And I will see you next time. Make sure you are subscribed and comment below if this had any good points for you. And I'll see you guys next time.